that the Tihar doctor has declared all 4 convicts dead. Vinay was just telling us that they take about half an hour, they wait for about half an hour from the time of the hanging to then doing a medical examination and then declaring the rapist dead. So that has happened.
Yeah, so actually they let it hang for half an hour and then the bodies are brought down and then the doctors have to certify them dead because it's a legal process. So the certification of the doctor is mandatory. He or she has to certify the fact that all 4 have actually died, which is now what has happened. And now the procedure for cremating the 4 will start. And that's also a very well-defined process, actually, under law, because the jail superintendent is the custodian of the cremation for all the 4. They will be taken in, the bodies will be taken in a special ambulance and they'll be given the rituals that are applicable to each one of them. And if the family has a special wish, that's also fulfilled. The expenses for all of that is borne by the jail administration. So this
are the families allowed to be present?
No, they're not allowed to be present. In fact, the families are allowed to meet the convicts before this whole process has begun, but the night before they're not supposed to be there.
I think Mukesh's family met them.
Mukesh's family met them, yes. Some families have refused to.
Yes, some of the others have refused to meet, did refuse to meet the rapists. And the other one interesting part, Vinay, is also the background of the hangman. Not really a sought after role or profession, and obviously we have very few of them now in our country.
Yeah, actually most of the hangmen have come from one family which belongs to Meerut. In fact, this is the 3rd generation in that family which is doing this job, and quite obviously that's not something that anybody wants to be known for. He's somebody who's very well known in that part. If you go to Meerut and you ask for Kalluram's family, everybody will tell you where it is. So they're very well known. 3rd generation is now involved in doing it. There has been I mean, it's a very odd thing to say, but there has been a bit of a shortage of hangmen in India precisely because nobody wants to do it. And this is the only family that has been doing it, and they are always summoned, you know, to do or to carry out this particular task, which has happened in this case as well. There is, in fact, even the hangman is involved in the formal process, and there is a meeting that happens between the hangman and the jail superintendent and other officers who brief them again. I mean, they of course done it before. In the Afzal Guru was the last hanging that happened in Tihar, so it's something that they are familiar with. But it is still a formal process where a briefing has to be done of the hangman. And in this case, obviously, because there are 4 of them to be hanged together, the process was slightly different and the briefing had to be done again. So the hangman's role is, of course, extremely important. There's only one instance, Tanvi, where a hangman was not used. And the Kasab's hanging, the hangman was not available, and hence it was a police officer who actually pulled the lever. So there was no hangman used in that particular hanging.